All right, so let's talk about what realities exist. Well, the three-dimensional reality exists. This false reality of manipulation and lies, as we call it, the Matrix reality, after that iconic movie called The Matrix with Keanu Reeves as Neo. That whole world, that whole concept exists not exactly like the movie. We have a layer of false truth, essentially, that has been promoted to people, that has programmed them and controlled them, and that is their reality. That is the reality they live in. Nothing else exists. To them, there are no things as there's nothing such as ETs or Sasquatch or ghosts, interdimensionals. There aren't portals and wormholes and time bleeds and time travel. But what happens when you wake up? You start to experience different realities. Maybe at one point you didn't believe in time travel, and then you find yourself astral traveling and realizing that time is not linear. A lot of people will say it's linear. It's not. It's linear with fixed points, but it's not linear for your path. That's another story, another class, another day. Time bleeds exist. What happens when you're walking around the woods with a higher vibration, walking around the desert with a higher vibration, and you walk into an area and you see a mammoth in the distance, see a pterodactyl, see a dire wolf? I've done that. Time bleeds exist, moments that bleed together the realms of time, because everything happens now, in this moment. Everything is now, and it all happens at once. It's hard to explain in a simple video that's not about time. But it all happens now, it all happens at once, and the question is it part of your reality? Do you believe? You probably won't believe me until you actually experience it. I know it exists. I've experienced it. I believed a little bit. Yeah, that's possible. That might be possible. Why not? Anything's possible. Time bleeds makes sense. Time travel makes sense to me. You know, all the time travel mythologies we have in Hollywood and storytelling and all the paradoxes and things. There's a lot of things out there, knowledge or storytelling, I should say, that doesn't really tell the truth of what it is. But this idea of time travel, of walking and seeing time bleed together, I was like, yeah, it's possible. I didn't believe until I started experiencing more, and now I know because I've experienced them. What about wormholes and portals to other worlds? Do other planets exist? Other planets with life? Start opening portals and wormholes, you'll start experiencing that. Boom, part of your reality. Might not have believed it before, or you might have believed in it, but until you experience it, once you experience it, you know it's part of your reality. What about other dimensions? Other dimensional planes of existence alongside of us? What is out there? How many dimensions are there? I'm not talking conscious dimensions. I'm not talking dimensions of the chakra system, conscious dimensions, the way a lot of spiritual people use the word dimension. I'm talking about places, worlds. There are dimensional worlds that vibrate at different levels than ours, that are separate from ours, that you need portals to walk into. Do they exist? Well, sure, why not? I believe in that. I want to believe. If you are a fan of X-Files, you could say, I want to believe in that. Where's the proof? How do we know? Well, once you experience a portal opening in the sky and crawling through the ground into another world and walking around it, astrally, mind you. You can do it physically too. I don't recommend that. You never know if you can get back. But you go through that portal and you see another world, you see a forest, you see beings not of Earth. Very different beings. But you walk through a portal in a place that shouldn't have land, but there was land. And it's a realm of existence with living things, trees, grasses, with a plane of dirt. with existence. It's another world beside our world, but just a little bit above it. What about worlds underneath the earth, going through portals into the fairy realms, into the underworlds? All exist. What about mirror universes? It's a concept that there are mirror universes. You know, one of the theories around dark matter is that dark matter is part of another dimension. There's dark matter everywhere in our universe. And they can't still, as far as I know, they haven't really explained it. They can detect it, but they can't really explain what it is. It's this matter that doesn't reflect, emit, or absorb light or anything. It doesn't respond to anything. But what is it? Why is it there? Is it part of the mirror universe like some of the physicists theorize? A universe that just mirrors ours with differences? Are there parallel dimensions, parallel timelines? And if you think about these ideas, parallel dimensions, you can think about comic books. If you're a comic book fan, and how Marvel, DC, all of them have their different versions of Earth. You know, what is it, Earth 616 and Earth, whatever they are, they number them, I believe. And then each one, the superheroes have different backstories. They have different power sets even. Some of them aren't good. Some of them are villains. Some of them aren't villains. Some of them are good. They're different versions of themselves in different parallel universes or dimensions, depending on which word you want to use. Then there's the idea of parallel timelines. Every choice you make creates another timeline. You exist in all of them, but every choice you have creates more. I always love Community. I love the show Community. Abed, excellent character. By far, just as a side note, I think Chang is the best character of the show, the most random, chaotic one there is. But Abed, he takes a dice, 6-sided die, and they roll to play a game. I forget which game they're playing, but they roll it to play this game. And as soon as they roll it, they say, Abed says, I wonder what's happening on that timeline. Because every time they roll the dice, 6 new timelines split off. What happens? What are their characters doing? As Abed says, is there a darker timeline, the darkest timeline, where all of them are evil in this show? So you have to think about these things when it comes to reality. What is reality? Does every choice create a split in reality and actually create another version of you? One that made the choice and one that took, if you came to a crossroads, one that chose to turn right, one that chose to turn left. Do they take different paths? Are they all you? Are they just a multidimensional version of you experiencing life in different ways to a point that when your energy dies and all those versions, you all come back together? I don't know. That one I'm still not sure of. I know they exist. I know other versions of us exist. Parallel timelines exist. Parallel universes. Parallel dimensions. I know that happens. But with the choice, I'm not entirely sure yet. I'm not entirely sure if they're just parallel, separate, and moving forward. But the way time's been explained to me, the choice thing is real. I just haven't walked over to myself and been like, oh, hey, how are you doing? But I have seen my timelines. I have seen my deaths based on timelines I existed in. I have seen choices made based on timelines I existed in, and I've watched them fade when I made a choice that took me down a better path. So all those timelines still exist. They played out. The story was written. I'm just here experiencing the now moment of what I'm going through. That's my reality, experiencing the now moment, learning through what I've forgotten to experience the universe and teach others that are watching this. But I could have taken another path, and I could have made other choices and gone down my darkest timeline, you could say, or one in between. What else is there? What is the universe? Is the universe our reality? Is it the only reality? Or are there universes outside of it? I wasn't sure. And then I got to the walls of the universe. And I stood at the walls of the universe, or floated, I guess would be a more appropriate word, floated in the depths of space. This massive edge with stuff all over it. Can't really even describe it properly. I got to those edges and I stood there astrally, and I was just like, wow, this is the boundary of our reality, of our universe. Huh. And then beings phased through it and came and met me and talked to me from another universe. All these stories of species from other universes, ET species. If you've heard of ETs and other beings coming from other universes, that's possible. I wasn't sure, and then I found the wall and I watched it happen. Now I know. So what is reality? What is all of it? What exists? Your reality is what you know and experience to today. You can believe in different things, but until you experience it, once you experience it, that becomes your reality. Once you experience the edge of the universe, you're like, wow. And then your mind explodes with more possibilities. What if, what if, what if, what if, what if, what if? So the whole question, what realities exist, the whole point of this video is to get you thinking. What more exists? What more is out there? What am I not experiencing? It's how we learn. It's how we build trust. It's how we explore and accept and surrender to the idea that we know nothing. We know absolutely nothing. Every time I think I know something, I'm like, oh, I know this. Something comes along and breaks my version of reality and adds more to it, makes it more flavorful, makes it more magical. So think about that. What realities exist to you in this moment? Are you stuck in the 3D reality? Or can you see everything for what it is right now? Are you outside of the 3D reality? Are you looking around? Are you experiencing other dimensions, time travel, time bleeds, wormholes, portals, other worlds, higher level dimensions, lower level dimensions, edges of the universe? What are you experiencing? What is your reality? What reality exists for you? It's possible everything we think of in our storytelling is real. All the crazy things that people are like, oh, those are fictions. It's possible most of our stories are channeled information with creative twists, and that it's all real. It's possible that only portions of it, the things I've experienced for me, are my reality. It's possible that you may not experience these things and your reality will be different than mine, or that you may experience things that I don't know about. So always question that, question your reality. Thank you for watching, and my deepest gratitude.